Okay, so you must know how to deal with that drama. So I know how to deal with that drama after experiencing that drama a few times. Good morning.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of
Kampungkid cooks
with Anne. With myself. I love very long to come here to do show with Douglas because I have free lunch, free breakfast, free dinner. So yeah, let's see
a lot of things.
Free a lot of things. Of course.
Okay, and today's recipe is
bubble tea. That's what I can see right now. Okay. You know, I've been seeing in his Facebook, he posting do the bubble tea, and I will tell him, can you do this in the next show that we do together? I need to know how you do it, you know, and I need to taste it as well. So yeah, let's share a little bit how you decide to do this at home.
It takes time. Okay, doing it actually is very easy, but it takes time, and yeah. I think that's the only thing I really want to say is that it takes time. The ingredients are very simple. The pearls, the boba pearls, the really tapioca pearls, and I use the black that's white. Okay, but I use black and that's colored too. I use black tapioca pearls. They are available in most. I think it's very easy to buy them. Okay, and they're reasonably priced as well. But the thing is, it takes time, okay, and it takes precision to actually make, and it depends on the different types of pearls that you buy. So this particular one, actually, I was late today, because I actually woke up early to prepare for the session, but of all the things I forgot to make the pearls. Okay, so we were late.
Yeah.
And it takes time. Okay, it takes about 50 minutes to cook the pearls. Okay, very, very precise. Anyway, this particular brand of pearls that I buy, it takes 35 minutes in boiling water. Okay, and after making a lot of mistakes as well, when I realized that the first few times I did it, the water really wasn't boiling as much as it should be boiling, and so the pearls were undercooked. So I really need to have it, and there's a lot of, you saw the drama just now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there was a lot of drama that was bubbling and bubbling and bubbling and bubbling and bubbling.
Yeah.
Okay, and
I would see Douglas cook and I was just so nervous and
I said, oh no, it's going to boil over.
Yeah.
Okay, so you must know how to deal with that drama. So I know how to deal with that drama after experiencing that drama a few times. Okay, the first time I did it was a mass disaster. It was all over. So that drama didn't work. So now I have drama that works because I can control the drama and create the outcome that I want. So 35 minutes in boiling water. Okay, it will just boil and it's 35 minutes. And after 35 minutes, we bring it down to simmer. Okay, for 15 minutes, and it's exactly 15 minutes. And then you have perfectly cooked tapioca pearls. Then it's got to be rinsed in water to wash off all the excess starch, and put in ice water, soaked in ice water with either honey or brown sugar. I use brown sugar. Okay, for 15 minutes to about half an hour to get the full intensity of flavor.
I see.
Okay, and that's what we've got. So it takes about 35 minutes, 15 minutes is 50 minutes plus another half an hour or so. That's about a little less than an hour and a half. Okay, and here's where I want to introduce the concept of lag. Okay, lag is when we start something and then we get an outcome. The time that it takes to get the outcome is the lag of that process or the activity, because you don't get it instantly. Okay,
correct.
If there's zero lag, it means that I start now, a moment later I have instant tapioca pearls. So there's no lag, zero lag.
Yeah.
Okay, but the fact is there's a process to cook this, and that's lag. So if I want this at a particular time, okay, Anne comes over about 9 a.m. and we're supposed to start our session at 9 a.m. then I need to have started this at 7:30 because there's a 1.5 hour lag that I need to acknowledge. I can't run away from this. I cannot shorten this because if I cook it for any less time,
it won't become.
It would then it's not edible, and it's actually dangerous to eat uncooked or typical pearls that are not fully cooked. Okay, so there's lag. Okay, and the thing is we need to recognize lag, okay, in the things that we do.
Is it
making a baby is a 9-month lag? Okay,
yeah.
between and it's between the point in time when the woman gets pregnant. Correct, right?
Yes.
I'm not a woman, so I don't know.
Yes, correct,
right?
yeah.
And then 9 months, about 36 weeks,
36
plus
weeks.
minus 36 weeks later, then you will have another human,
in the world.
little human.
Yes.
Okay, so it takes 9 months, but this is not considered the amount of time you spend before that.
Yes.
Okay, so it depends on how frequently that
Activity
is done.
happen.
Then that is also lag.
Yeah.
And for some people, they don't do that unless there are a lot of other conditions met, so there's even more lag. Okay? So we need to recognize, okay? Otherwise, we're not going to meet the timeline when we need something done.
Yep. It's come to the term of lag also.
Okay, you talk, I'm going to make.
One thing I learned about lag over the years as well, and thanks for Douglas sharing, because for me though, I mean, relearn, you know, like unlearn and relearn is one of the things that somehow I forget that I don't know, it's
Enough?
yeah, even can more is fine as well. He asked me, is that enough?
So here's the other thing, okay? You can't eat too much typical pearls.
Really?
Because,
It's fat?
no, because you constipate.
Really? Okay. So back then, I remember I drink bubble tea every day 2 times. Can you imagine that? Oh my god. And it's
Sweet, 1, 2, 3 sugar.
Sweet level, 1.
When?
1 first. Because I don't know how it's 1, 2, 3. You know, Singapore level of sweet is very different with me. So sometimes I start with the lower first. Yeah.
Okay, that's 1.
Like over the years, I also feel like it comes to the environment and the speed of living, and also the awareness of individual. I give it example. For example, I look at the COVID, right? So some other country, when COVID happened, they already locked down, they already closed down, they already do a lot of stuff in their own country. But other country, how do they do it? They still lack of it. They like, no, my country is still fine, but actually the virus already underneath is there. So this is the lack of preparation. Oh my god, look at this.
You need
guy.
to stir.
Look at this, look at
Yeah,
this.
look at this.
I will show you guys the looks. Okay? I can't share with you. I will tell you how it tastes.
But you can like, share, and our
Like, share, and
video later.
subscribe.
I know you cannot.
Yeah, you
You
cannot.
cannot share this.
I cannot share, but you can share the video, okay? I will let you know how great it is. So you
Let
see right now
and
it's
let-
a lack of drinking. I cannot drink straight away because
And you need to let the ice melt a little bit, so
Yes.
there's more lag.
more lag, and then you have to mix it up. This is also called lag. So everything happen is need a lag in the between. How long it take, it depend on your knowledge and skill. For example, if I don't have skill of stirring, I may just sit down and wait for it to lag until I feel like I want to drink it. The flavor will change based on how lag I am as well.
So I am my flavor is a little bit different. I'm using sour plum
Sour plum.
sour plum flavor. So this sour plum extract.
Mm. Mm.
Mm.
It's good. It's so good. It's so good.
Say some more. Say louder.
It's so good. This is the ego stroke, you know. He need a little bit drama so he feel. It's good. With this hot weather right now, you guys should see how much hot sun we are. To talking to you guys about lag.
Yeah, and we are experiencing the hot sun because I created the lag with the delay in making this, so we had to get this done before we could actually run the show.
Yeah.
So lag is very important, okay, and there is a lot of lag in our lives all the time, okay. Between us going to school and getting that piece of paper to be able to get a job traditionally, okay, it's about 20 years, 15 to 20 year lag. Okay, between us starting our projects and creating an outcome, there is also lag. So lag exists virtually in everything that we do in our lives. Okay, so we cannot run away from lag, but we can understand what lag is, understand the truth about lag, okay, and actually acknowledge that there's going to be lag, and not pretend that, hey, a 5-month project is going to take 5 months. Okay, we cannot pretend that it's going to be done in 3 months, because it's not going to happen. And making up a story about it being able to happen in 3 months when the truth is that it takes 5 months to happen is potentially creating drama. Okay, and when we do that, then we totally deserve that drama.
Yes.
Okay, so there's lag that exists, is how we manage lag. Okay, but in order to manage lag, we must first acknowledge the lag and the truth about that lag. Okay, and then we deal with what to do with that lag. Some lag can be shortened, okay, with the right skills, knowledge, and tools, okay, that give us leverage, that make us more efficient, that speeds things up significantly. Okay, but we need to learn that knowledge, skills, and tools, and then we've got to practice and get good. Okay, and that process also creates lag. Then the thing is, which is more sustainable? Okay, the lag in learning, or the continued lag that we experience if we don't learn. Okay, so knowledge is a choice.
Yes.
Education is a choice. So is ignorance. And the thing I realized my biggest lesson in this was when I attended Money and You. Okay, I was 38 years old. Okay, and for up until that point in my life, I didn't see a need for that kind of education, because I thought I had things pretty much handled. I knew what I needed to do. I knew how to live my life.
Basically, he think he know everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Try to make it nice word.
I acknowledge that. Okay, I acknowledge that, and so my lag was the years that I did not do, that I didn't acquire the tools that I had. Okay, and when I learned what I learned at Money and You, I realized that I could have shortened a lot of other things in my life. I could have avoided a lot of drama. I could have had a lot less upsets. I could have been a lot more effective, a lot more efficient. I could have leveraged a lot more, okay, in many ways. Okay, but I can't turn back the clock. I was 38 years old. Then it's what I do after that. And recently I had another conversation with another graduate. Okay, so we've been in the pandemic for 2 years plus. Yeah, since the start of 2020, and the last Money and You that we had was in October 2019. The last Money and You in this part of the world we had in 2019, which was what you attended.
Yes,
as well.
it's me. Yes.
So there was another graduate.
27.
There was another graduate that I'm not going to mention names, but who was also in the class that Anne attended. He almost didn't.
Yes.
Okay, he almost didn't. He procrastinated, and he was thinking, maybe I'll do it.
Is that the one that I also know?
I think
Yeah. Okay.
so. Okay, and
Because he always say that. Oh, sorry.
so he was going to procrastinate and said that he would do the next Money and
Next
You
one, yeah.
in the next year, and the next Money and You was March 2020.
20, yeah.
Okay, and I told him, okay, if you do that, if you can do this in October and you decide to go in March 2020, you're going to have a 6-month lag.
Yes.
Okay, and this 6-month lag,
A lot of things will happen.
a lot of things can happen. Okay, and so he acted on. So that's the truth.
Yeah.
I wasn't making anything up. That's
Correct,
the truth.
right,
Okay,
right.
it's 6 months later. A lot of things can happen. Okay, I don't know what the things. I can make up stories about what will happen, but
Yeah, but
no
you
point.
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but the truth is 6 months difference. That's the truth.
I in that room on that day, so I remember because even I'm the one who pushed him, and even push his wife, tell him to go and push his wife to go, because he say the reason why he don't go because his wife and he is like anniversary something, and I told him, why don't make that become the anniversary trip? Because I told him, I say, look, don't be like me, you know, because at that moment I don't have the tools and knowledge, so I would think I'm a failure in terms of marriage. And of course I would tell him, as a friend, I've been very forcing him. Even I'm saying, bro, let's go, let's do it together, you know. And of course, like you say, you know, so I think we both say the same person, yes.
So he decided to go.
Yep.
But if he had not, that 6-month lag would have turned into 2020, 2021. We're in 2022 now. The next Money and You is going to happen in March 2022. He would have experienced almost a 3-year lag. And he wouldn't have, during the pandemic, be equipped with the tools, knowledge and skills that he has right now to be able to get through, okay, the last 2 years in a way that works for him. Okay, so lag is very, very real.
Yep.
Okay, we can make lag work for us, or we allow lag to work against us. That's a choice.
Yep. I agree with that because I give you another example because I'm a mom, right? So I book it easy for women to understand. So people have a choice from at the moment you're pregnant until the baby delivers. You can have 2 choices how to use the lag. You can just sit down and eat and sleep and just wait for the baby to born. You can choose to act in terms of I eat, I also sleep, I also rest, but I also work to save the finance. So anything happen when I delivery, I still have a financially independent to take care of me and my child. Then other women use the lag of 9 months to do even extra of that, which means I eat, I sleep, I rest, I take care of my baby, I go and continue work and make money, and I learn about how to be parenting and about childhood and how I should take care of the children. So it depends how you use the lag. Lag always not about good or bad, it's about how effective and how like quality you can use it. So for me, for the last like 2 years plus of COVID, right? So people use that lag to do what? Like some people will complain. I don't say everybody. Some people will say like blame to the environment. Some people use that to be like find a new job, live a meaningful life. Some people use that lag to be like, for example, personally me. I use more for spiritual time for myself. I do more meditation. I do more exercising. I spend the most wonderful time with my daughter to fulfill her childhood because we have no choice. I have to lock down at home together. So to choose to hate her in this period because it's so noisy and complaining, I feel grateful that I be with her in the same room, in the same environment. I will tell you a funny story that also about lag. So when I have COVID, and in 7 days of COVID, other people were complaining, oh, I have to isolate, I don't feel well and so on. I use that to build a new memory with my daughter when in that lag happened. So she outside the house, outside the living room, and I'm inside my room, and we decide to talk to each other like 2 meters apart, like I'm here and she at the washing machine right there, for example. And that's how we say love to each other every morning, you know. And then she showed me pictures, she drawing, she play that and I'm play that. It's something that's very strange and new, but it's memorable. Like now, she remember that when she was childhood, her mom had COVID, and she and her mom is separate. But we actually not separate, you know. We don't sleep with each other for a week, but every morning we like air hug or so on. So that's what I'm talking about. Use the lag. I use the lag to be meaningful for me. Some people feel like, oh, I'm just want to in the room and don't do anything with this time for 7 days. Some people decide to watch movie. Some people decide to rest. Some people decide to upset. Some people decide to angry that they cannot go out and complain. So it depends. So yes, so that is a few story that lag is really helped me in certain way as well.
So on a bigger, at the higher level in life, there are also things that we want to do. I believe that there are things that we want to do, and we need to know what are the things that we want to do, because some of these things that we want to do take time, so there's lag. Okay, and lag is not necessarily a bad thing. But it takes time. That's the fact. Okay, if you want to raise a human being to the point where the human being can be independent and create value for the world, it takes about 25 years. Okay, traditionally. Okay, today it can be shorter because the process can be different. But
How long shorter?
It depends on the process, the education that the child goes through. Okay, the process of becoming independent. Okay, and to me, it is getting to the point of independence or having enough maturity to be able to handle the independence. And independence meaning able to fulfill the different wealth aspects, okay, financially, spiritually, emotionally, intellectually, relationships, the works.
Yep.
Okay, to be independent in a really holistic manner, it takes about 25 years.
Okay.
Okay, traditionally, okay, plus minus. Of course, with more information and skills and knowledge that parents have right now, they can probably shorten the time, as also the exposure given or that the child has, they can probably shorten that process.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's say 25 years. It takes 25 years. Okay, it takes 25 years to bring up a human being. Okay, and we can't run away from that. We cannot add growth formula and then and okay, instead of 25 we do that in. We can't say that okay, we don't want 9 months pregnancy, we double the effort and then we do it in 4.5 months. We can't. Okay, so there is truth about lag. And in our lifetimes, we only have a certain number of cycles that we experience. Okay, and each cycle, based on the definitions and structures and systems that we have, that cycle is called a year. And for a lot of us, we may see up to 100 cycles, maybe more. Okay, people, my generation, people who are younger, likely to see at least 100 cycles. It might seem a lot.
That's a lot.
It might seem a lot, but you know the cycles pass. The cycles pass, and we can't go back to repeat a cycle. Okay, I was 20 once, and I thought, wow, life, there's so much life ahead. Okay, I'm 52 this year. Okay, and if I'm going to live up to 100, then I've got 48 cycles left. Then the question becomes, what can I do?
Yes.
What can I do with the next 48 cycles? What can I do? If there is a project that I want to take on, if I've got an endeavor that takes 20 years, okay, I'm going to be 72 when I complete that project. Can I take on another one? Then I'll be 92. Can I take on the third one? I can't, because I won't see it complete.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the fact. But even after having said that, okay, when we are younger, we tend to have a lot more energy. We have a lot more stamina to do a lot more things, and of course we are physically more able to do things as well.
Yep.
That we may not want to consider doing or I may not want to consider doing if I'm in my 70s or 80s. So I need to take care of the things that I need to do, okay, in the time frame that I have, okay, because there is no second chance to redo that. And that's what lag does. It takes 20 years to plant a tree. Okay, if you planted a tree 20 years ago, you have a tree today that bears fruit, gives you shade and a lot of other things. Okay, so you can't plant a tree now and expect the tree. If you plant a tree now, it's 20 years later to actually enjoy the tree. Okay, then the choice is this. It's 20 years too late, you don't plant the tree, and you still have no tree. Or you can decide to plant the tree right now, and
you may have something.
Then you have a tree 20 years later.
Yeah.
And a more relevant thing that I want to really talk about is the idea of retirement.
Yes.
Okay, so to retire, okay, the idea of retirement traditionally for a lot of people is when they stop doing the active thing that they're doing to generate an income, to then be able to have a pool of resources to do other things that they may want to do, okay, whether it's traveling or doing other things in life, or having the time to do other things in life. But the thing is, the idea or the time frame for retirement, typically for a lot of people, is 50s is going, the number is going up, 50s, 60s, okay, but and the thing is this: when we're 50, when we're 60, when we're 70, we are not young anymore. Okay, from that perspective. Okay, and the things that we have the capacity to do is also different. And what I realized is that a lot of people don't plan for retirement.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of people don't plan for retirement, and so they can't retire. And it takes time.
They depend on people for their retirement.
Yeah, and the idea of retirement investment being the kids is, sorry, very last century.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't plan for retirement, thinking that it's something that's going to happen, and they don't actually plan for it. And when they don't plan for it and wait for it to happen, they're just allowing things to happen. And when it actually happens, they are not prepared for it. They need to then continue doing the things that either they're doing to generate the income, or if they have amassed a pool of resources and they've not thought about what they're going to do at the time. If they've spent a large amount of time at work, when you suddenly have so much time and haven't figured out what you're going to do with the time, you get bored and then you look for drama.
Yeah.
Okay, worse than that. Okay, are people who we know that if you stop your active income, it's either you have a pool of resources that continues to generate income, and if you don't, okay, your money will run out.
Yes.
Okay, and for a lot of people, what we realized was this: to have a meaningful pot or engine that can continue to generate income, that gives a meaningful, enjoyable life.
Yeah.
Okay, it's quite significant. And it takes time to build that. And people don't plan for their retirement, they don't start building that. A lot of people, and because a lot of people don't, when they hit their 30s and 40s, and then realize that, hey, in the next 10, 15 years, I want to retire, then the amount of time that's left to actually build the engine is very little.
Yeah.
If you're 40 and thinking about retiring at 55, then you have 15 years to build up that, I don't know, whatever it is, $5 million, $10 million, $20 million, in order to generate income for the next whatever period of time, the next 30, 40 years. Okay, compared to someone who is 20, who has a longer runway, okay, to build that. So people get stressed. So people in their 30s, 40s, as they get older, they get more stressed, and what happens is they start looking for get-rich-quick schemes. Because otherwise, there's too little time. And guess what happens when people look for get-rich-quick schemes? Remember, lack is a fact.
Yes.
Get-rich-quick doesn't exist.
Oh, never.
And when people go into get-rich-quick, they usually, more often than not, lose
everything. Yeah. I think that should be a great topic for next time we talk about make rich quick. That should be another episode. We should hear more what Douglas share about that, because I learned that over the time as well, that when you spend a lot of money to invest in yourself, it takes away certain things for me. Some people, they feel annoying and do that. Some people feel like it's just a cheating or whatever, but you cheat yourself, you lie to yourself in a way. Make the money work after on with all whatever I'm learning. Is I learn one thing. On the way of process of looking for money, I find myself. And that is the most expensive valuable that I'm being, because people really come and ask me, and I believe you may the same. You may spend a lot of money to invest in yourself, same as me. When I invest to looking for money in terms of financially to take care of my daughter and myself in this country, I thought that is it. You need that, and that's the most important thing. But then on the process of doing that, I find myself, and that's actually the wonderful experience of the lack that I have, and spend that lack of time. Like for example, Douglas talked so much, it's a lack of time, and I finished my bubble tea. So how you use the lack, how you find yourself in the lack period, and don't go to and let's go with that topic next round when Douglas share more about that, because that would be great.
Yep, so that's it. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so for this episode, okay, we hope that you enjoyed this recipe for life.
Yes.
Okay, you need to acknowledge and recognize lag, LAG, in your life. Because if you don't understand and manage lag, you will experience lack
Yep.
LACK.
Mm.
Not enoughness.
Yep.
Okay, and we can't share this,
Yep.
but you can share
Our
our
video. Don't forget
Please.
to like, share, and subscribe.
And we'll see you in the next episode of Kampung Kid Cooks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.